What? Good morning, afternoon, evening. It is. What time is it? It is TAKOTIME. Hello. How's everyone doing today? Are we miraculously preserved? Are we ready for taco time? You know, I should maybe perhaps add in some sound effects for my stream. Soundboard. Not sound effect, soundboard. Let me shake myself a little bit. There you go. Explosions! Sparkles! Claps! How are you guys doing? Are we... Oh, just opening my water. Carbonated water. Definitely not a sugary drink. It's actually water. You don't need a soundboard, you sound great. Thanks, guys! You know, sometimes I wonder if I ever get isekai, I would be reborn as a soundboard. Only have a limited number of things I can say to react to people. That'd be fun, isekai. You're like, Ina, what do you think? I think she's saying yes. Actually, this reminds me. Speaking of soundboard, so I saw a random recommended video recently, and it was a TTRPG Call of Cthulhu, but it was a special one because it was a Yonezu Kenshi version where each player chooses one song of Yonezu Kenshi and they can only reply using parts of the lyrics or parts of the song. So there were 3 players. I think one of them chose kickback, one of them chose loser. I forgot what the last person chose. But but every time there was like, yeah, they had to choose like one of the options, right? They were like, okay, kickback, Yonezu Kenshi, which one would you choose? And they would play the Naka part from kickback. So they were like, okay, the middle one. So something like that. I thought that was pretty funny. you guys can maybe look it up. Maybe it'll come up on YouTube if you search Yonezu Kenshi TTRPG. Yonezu Kenshi. It's in Japanese though, so not sure if you can exactly find it. But it was a pretty fun watch, I gotta say. And I think like one of the descriptions or something was like, it seems like everyone is communicating very smoothly. However, it only looks like that because it's an edited footage. Communicating was extremely difficult. Maybe I have to search in Japanese. How do you Yonezu Kenshi? I'm sure he's famous, so it's autocorrect. Okay, TTRPG. Yeah. If you search, どう読むんだろうこれ。全員米、no 全員米津玄師のクトルフ神話 TRPG. It's what it's called. Yeah, someone's link set the title, but I thought that was a pretty fun watch. いや、面白かったですよ。全員が米津玄師さんの曲の歌詞を使ってTRPG をするの。Anyways, back on topic. Because we are here for a reason today. And that is, of course, first of all, thank you, AmiAmi, as always, for choosing me as your ambassador. Thank you. Also, that important box was not checked. It is checked now. I am following the rules. Man, YouTube always changing settings. 危ねえ。Amico! Amico-chan! But yes, thank you, AmiAmi, for sponsoring the stream. Patch. Round of applause. Ina soundboard. But if you guys didn't know, I am AmiAmi's special ambassador for around the year. So we're continuing our monthly AmiAmi content, and of course, it is the New Year's. So I thought I would start off the year by drawing Amico. Wow! And however, before that, we gotta go over the latest news. The latest news regarding AmiAmi. I should have like a music desk, or not music desk, the news desk noise transition. 7 o'clock news. Reporter Ina reporting in. Reporter Ina reporting in. Today's special announcement. The latest announcement is. Wait, this was supposed to be the second one. Okay, never mind. Okay, you didn't see anything. Wow! AmiAmi's official ambassador, Ninomae Inanis, has her Figma being released. Ooh! Isn't it so cute? I think everyone everyone has seen the not painted version for quite a while, but it's so cute. I believe today is the last day to pre-order, so don't forget to pre-order if you haven't. Cough cough, Ina, cough cough. I mean, I probably can get it without buying it, but I just like buying it too. But today is the last pre-order day. Do not forget. Yes, it's very cute, and I gotta say, it is on the pricier side of Figmas in the Figma lineup. But if you see the tentacles, I think it makes sense. It's quite big, as per usual. But it is pretty well crafted, I gotta say. It's literally more material than the actual Ninomae inanis, I gotta say. And it has its own stand from the pictures I've seen, so you can just put it behind any character you desire. Sencho. Please wait, Sencho. So, yes. Do not forget. Do not forget. Anyways. That is news number 1. And of course, news number 2 is that Amico has her New Year illustration being sold as acrylic stand and as a wall scroll. You can also pre-order this right now. I say right now. And could say this Amico style looks pretty familiar. It's because it's illustrated by none other than Uekura Eku sensei, who happens to be hololive Indonesia's Anya's mama. Wow, do you see the similarities now? Yeah, Anya's mama, and we can take a better look at the illustration. Ah, so cute. Amico-chan. Oh, maybe I can permission to zoom in. Zoom. Ah, she's so soft. I really like Eku Sensei's art. It's so it's like the physical manifestation of kawaii. You know? It's so colorful, so sweet. Ah, lovely. It's so recognizable. It looks simple, yet there's so much detail. It's like so cute. So cute. And look, it's that temari. Oh, temari. Apparently temari could also be used as like a accessory to kimonos and stuff, or like a little bag to carry around. Wow, so cute. Ah, what does her Emma board say? ずっと Is it 仲良し? Yomenai. Isn't it Nakayoshi, right? Oh, I read it! Yometa. Yattaze. Yattaze. Ka. Amico, Niruko. So cute. So cute. I gotta say though, I really enjoy actually going to the Radio Kaikan store to just look at the wall. Because if you guys have been there, the escalator going up, there's illustrations of different illustrators versions of Amico. And it's like pretty big, so you can see the details of the art. So every time you go up the escalator, I'm just like, wow, look at the details. Oh. So if you guys also want to just look at this illustration in more detail, it is up on AmiAmi's Twitter. I think it might be. Is it on Amico-chan's Twitter or AmiAmi Twitter? Either one, probably both. So can go enjoy it. But for now, I will also have this slightly small up on the corner because this is the outfit I'm gonna be drawing Amico-chan in today. Wow. So just as a reference, I'll leave it up here. Maybe I'll also have... Oh, not the title, the slides. Also have the slides. Where do I put it? Where do I put it? Okay, I have it very, very small. Right here. You guys know what it's about. I'll put it right. Right. Hold on, maybe I can... Right here. Oh yeah. Perfect. I guess I can put it in front, huh? Wakaran. Ko. Yeah. Ko. Ko. Yosha. Okay. Alright. Above my head, that is an option. Real estate is pretty rough right now. Put it right. I should create a small space for banners and stuff later. It's a slideshow, so I don't think attaching it. Why is it also sliding through so fast? Okay. Actually, I'll just put it on top of the tablet. It'll be fine. Just put it in the corner. Okay, good enough. Okay, all good. That's Sensei peeking out. Okay, alright, we're good. So, I did come up with a very rough. Bow. Rough. Beforehand, I did wanna get up to color rough done. Maybe today. So, we'll see how things go. So, let's see. And it's kind of small right now, but it's a very rough I came up with. Some adjustments are probably gonna be made along the way, but just put in the rough silhouette of everything so far. Yeah. And did you know kimonos? Like, I didn't fully understand how kimonos worked until, like, I actually wore one myself. So, like, I never realized how it actually worked, how it was all put together. Like, I didn't know. Okay, I'll illustrate the example. Like, Usually, you know, when you see like a kimono hung up on the walls or something, it's like and then it goes and then right? And so I never really realized like how it actually worked when you actually wear it. And apparently, when you wear it, it's like it's still a single piece of cloth, or technically different pieces of cloth, but like you fold this part in, and then there's like inside you tie it with a string, and it probably has a name, which is why the kimonos always have that little bit of, and then there's the obi on top. You know, that's why there's always that little bit of cloth that shows up. Sometimes, like, if you don't know, you would think these are like two different pieces of cloth, right? But like when I wore it, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. Now I understand. It's all layered together, and you can't breathe. And so I didn't wear like a winter kimono. It was like a yukata, right? And I was like, how do people wear this normally? It is so many layers, and the obi, it's like very tight and almost solid, so you like can't move, and they have to make it like that so it doesn't like fall apart, you know, while you're wearing it. I was like, oh, but it was cute. I gotta say, it was very cute. Yeah, it almost felt like a corset. Although I wouldn't know what it feels like to wear a corset because I never wore one, but it was very, very solid. Like I could probably stick my phone in there and it wouldn't fall out. But that was a little lesson I got on kimonos, and that's why I say like education, not educational, not education, but educational experiences like this, like, is really important, because you never know like what you learn, what new knowledge you like learn from just experiencing it yourself. So yeah. But anyways, another, I guess, not really a tip, but like something I do is when I'm drawing clothes and other things, I just make a new layer, like I did. The blue, I made it blue so it's easier for you guys to see. I make this a different color, and then I just roughly, very roughly, kind of put in the shapes, the bigger shapes, and then I go in with the details. So with the hair, I knew I wanted it to, you know, kind of have this side hair block, you know, this one, and then she has this side. I wanted to kind of make this rough shape, and I wanted her little side hair to kind of look like that, and maybe make a more interesting silhouette using her auge. Yeah. And she has her lovely bun in the back. Just say I've been having trouble coming up with like poses and stuff recently. But I think sometimes just thinking about it doesn't work out. So sometimes you actually gotta just scribble stuff on paper before it starts to click in. I had the rough idea for this one, like, in my head, but I couldn't really, I guess, like, finalize what everything looks like. So, ended up having to actually just scribble it on paper to make it work. Oh, stomach, please! Not now! Eat later. So, something like this is fine. I think one of the most difficult things to draw properly is in a kimono is actually the sleeves. I think everyone would maybe agree. Like, it's so hard to guess how the sleeves are gonna work, the folds. Because our clothes in the modern society don't have that, you know, long piece of cloth there. So it's hard to imagine how the cloth would flow. Very difficult. It's something I still have to study too. I gotta say. I think this should be fine. Maybe I'll have this not overlap. Just have it go here. Maybe slight overlap, but and she has a very big bow behind her. And then I think I have to move the hairpin slightly smaller and kind of up here. Because over here is where the hair accessories are. And you know the hair accessory, I just draw the rough, very rough shape, which is the circle. And then I'll add the details in later. And actually in her bun, now that I see it, there's a braid going through. That's so cute. Sometimes, instead of flipping left and right, I like to turn the art upside down. Like sometimes I can't see the like something that's misaligned by just going left and right anymore, so I just flip it upside down. I'm just like, oh right, this part looks a little odd. It's good to have a fresh look on things, you know? Okay. And you would think that the hand looks quite detailed compared to the other things. And it is because I used the hand model, posable hand model that AmiAmi sent me as the reference. So I was quickly able to jot down the pose of the hands very quickly. Very useful. Wow, happy to hear that. Yeah, thank you, Amiko-chan. Now I have a hand collection. A beautiful hand collection. Okay, I think that's good enough. Big blocks of things. So I will lower the opacity a little more on both things. start polishing off the rough a little more. And when I draw, I always have another window open on one of my monitors so that I don't have to. It's like having the navigator open, but I like just opening a different what should I say? A window instead of the navigator. It's pretty handy, so you don't have to always like take time to zoom out and then zoom in again. You can quickly just take a glance, be like, okay, pretty good, and then go back to drawing. And if there's like parts of the rough that I quite like how it looks, I try to not redraw it as much for during the cleanup and just build on it. I feel like it's like slightly a way for me to keep that same feeling of the rough. Because sometimes, you know, you like draw like a really satisfying rough, but then when you do the line art, you're just like, ugh. Ew. Something's not right. So even when I'm doing line art too, I guess I always check back to the rough to make sure it has the same energy still. And of course, I gotta say, liquefy is your best friend. It's a double-edged sword, really. You shouldn't overuse it, but it's a very powerful tool. And then that. Yeah. It makes the lines blurry sometimes, but it's perfect to adjust the roughs. You know, something you can do? It's kind of a... also... time to liquefy. I feel like she needs more hair on this side. Okay, what you can do is also select the part that gets a little blurry and then sharpen it a little bit. Add the sharpen filter slightly. It's not exactly the same as, you know, the original art, like line art, but it does get that crispiness back a little bit. And of course, you can also just have that part and just copy paste or cut and paste it, lower the opacity, and then just draw over the new part almost. Does liquefy mean you're a pure raster layer enjoyer? I gotta say probably, yeah. Like, even when I did some animation too, like I did use vector layer before, but just just how powerful the liquify tool is and how convenient it is just really keeps me on the raster layer. But that's only during like the rough part. Like if I'm doing the actual final Genga, for example, then whatchamacallit, vector layer and clip is pretty good too. Do you have any advice on drawing backgrounds? One of the things I have to say is observe your surroundings a lot. Always be observing. I wouldn't recommend photo bashing or to beginners because you need to have a pretty like intermediate understanding of like perspective and, you know, various theories. Just the so it's not like I'm gonna tell a beginner to just go, okay, just photo bash. Like you're gonna need to know how some perspectives work and how your object or subject fits in the background, etc. So, if anything, like having a very solid understanding of perspective is very useful. Like I've heard tales of like animators too, because it's very important to be able to have the ability to draw in perspective in animation too, because you're not doing the entire work. Like you need to work with like background artists, etc. to make everything right. And one of the first steps of animation is like layouts, right? And that's where the animator decides like the perspective, etc. that everyone bases that cut on. And if you can't draw in perspective and be able to tell and instruct like the background artist to, you know, get the exact background and stuff that you need for that cut, everything is gonna kind of fall apart. And that's I think that's one of like the biggest requests for edit you get from like animation directors, etc. Is like fixing perspective of, you know, body parts, etc. whatnot. So one thing you can try do is actually just take random photographs and find the perspective lines and kind of study the how the lines look, etc. You know, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, more than 3 points. And then also apply that while you're looking at outside, inside. Find where the vanishing point is, where the eye line is. You kind of get a feel for it. It's like a step-by-step kind of thing too. And I have to say, like, the resources available online these days for free is quite nice. I wish I had this much, you know, tutorials and online resources when I was starting out. But yeah. I think one of the most, I guess, like, simple yet difficult thing to do as you're practicing or doing things is actually when you're even when you're drawing normal characters, right? Like think about how that character is standing in space. Like, is this you know, more of a top, like you're looking up to the subject or you're looking down at the subject, like whatnot. And you kind of get used to placing that character in a 3D space, like an imaginary 3D space. And that, I think, helps in the end when you start placing characters in backgrounds. Another good exercise is actually like taking just a random photograph and drawing someone in that photograph, like into the photograph. So you match the perspective of the photo. It's a little difficult to kind of figure it out at first, but once you get a hang of it, it's pretty easy. And then once you get a hang of that, like you can place your character in any kind of, you know, imaginary space that you come up with. Because one of the most like common things you'll see when you're looking at like how to draw this and that, like they will start with a very basic shape, like a cube. Cube is pretty useful. Like if you draw a cube, like that's why you see, you know that exercise people do where you see people draw cubes, like a lot of animators do this too, where they like draw the cube at different angles. I'm doing it very roughly, I'm just doing it by eye, so. And they have like the perspective lines going. And then, you know, like you get the point. Like if you're understanding how simple objects look in 3D space, then you can use that as like, because you can break up like human anatomy into blocks too, like, you know, like this is where the hips are, and then, you know, legs, it's going like that. You know, feet. So this is very roughly done, but it's basically how you break down and understand. And then you can worry about, you know, how to render backgrounds and stuff. How to stylize it to your liking. I mean, it's something I still struggle with too, so that's why I say art is always a never-ending journey. Always learning. But it's fun. Okay. It's like, I guess for someone who's like also starting out, I guess that's like a double-edged sword of having so many resources available so readily these days. It's because as a beginner, I think it's harder to tell apart which tips and tricks are immediately useful to you versus something that you kind of need more background knowledge and experience to understand fully. Like as I said, like I wouldn't recommend starting out backgrounds by just photo mashing stuff. I mean, you can still, you know, do it, but like it's much more effective if you already have the base knowledge kind of thing. But at the end of the day, like, you don't know what skills and practices you need to do more if you don't experiment and try out the different things. So I wouldn't say don't ever do it before you fully understand. Like, it's fine to do it, but like, learn to also, like, I guess, analyze your own stuff and be like, okay, this looks kind of odd. What do I need to, learn more about? Yeah, that's the fun thing about art. There's no correct answers in the end. I mean, some things might look odd, but it's not like it's completely wrong. You're literally creating something from nothing, just your thoughts. And that's also one of the most common questions you get asked as an artist. It's like, how do you find your style? And I think a lot of people will kind of agree, a lot of artists will agree, that an artist's style is just an accumulation of their preferences. over time, it just accumulates. You keep adding in stuff that you like about what you draw. You take away stuff that you don't think it works or you don't like it, and you always just build on it, It's like when I see this in the shorts a lot. It's like, those like 150-year-old pickle jar passed down through generations. It's kind of like that, where you keep, adding in new things. Sometimes you take some stuff out, but like the usual pickle brine is still there. But at the end of the day, your quote unquote style is that pickle jar. It's an accumulation of all the things you try to add in, take out, experiment. And it gets better over time. Knowing artists change their art style with years of experience, I wonder how beautiful yours will be in 10 years. Aww. I wonder what it would look like in 10 years too. Because I feel like... Because there's always like... how I see different art styles too. It's like... There are styles that are more... like... more unique. Not unique in a way, but more like... It doesn't fit the normal trends, I guess, of what illustration is kind of at right now. It's like when you see the different animation styles that change over time. Like the 90s anime looks vastly different from, the 2000s and 2010s and 2020s. Yeah, there are ones that are more distinctive or stylish that doesn't quite have like what should I say? I almost say they're almost like trendsetters in a way, where their work is very distinctive and influential. But like, as some works don't hold up as well in like over time. Like some of the some of the styles hold up well over time. It's kind of like pickles. Some pickles don't do well over too long of a time, but some still seem timeless. Like many years pass. Like one example I consider that is, for example, something like Katanagatari and Take Sensei's art is very unique and distinctive. And I think no matter how many years pass, like Katanagatari style is pretty timeless. Like it's pretty nice. Is the world just pickles? Where was I? I think I lost track of what I was gonna talk about. But anyways, everyone's pickle jar is a little different, you know? So I don't know, I guess, what my pickle jar will look in 10 years. It'll be fun to see. That's why sometimes I go back to like my old art that I drew like really long time ago. And I'm just like, huh. I guess I drew like that before, huh? Fortunately, I can't show you guys, but... but... there was a time where I drew without line art and all in like one layer almost. Which I don't think is very time efficient for me to do. And I used to paint all that on Photoshop. How? I do not understand. I think that was like during like high school? It was probably high school. High school Ninomae Inanis was just built different, I guess. It's like Ninomae Inanis of 2025 uses all the latest drawing programs and fancy brushes. And there's Chad, high school Ninomae Inanis using Photoshop default brushes. How does she do it past Ina? Although I have to say, back in the day, there used to be like sites, oikaki sites, I think they're called, where you have like the base minimum tools, and you draw on like some website, and you find like the best artists on those sites drawing masterpieces with like 3 colors. Like, I think Pixiv also used to have that. They don't have it anymore. It was called Drawer. And it had the most basic tools, but I found like some of the most talented people on there. I was like, oh, amazing. That's when I realized, that's why people say a true artist never blames their tools. Yeah. Is Ina a true artist? I don't know. Although I have to say, I draw with... Back when I was in school, like, I used to just draw with anything that makes a mark on paper. Like, Mamani's always used to say, like, she was always worried about if I was doing okay in school and stuff, because all my school notes just has doodles on it. Sometimes like an entire page is just a full-on illustration. I only have my pencil, pen, and highlighters. Don't need no fancy markers, and then I got a highlighter. I got not 1, but 3 different color highlighters. That's enough. High school Ina built different. Honestly. Ugh. Okay. Now comes the slightly difficult part. How in the world do the folds work? You know what? Fake it till you make it. Reference time? Yeah, let me just go to my closet and pull out my kimono. Just pull out the kimono I just happen to have in my closet. Let me just pull that out. Although I have considered it. I mean, it's not a bad, you know, investment if you think about it. Like, if I'm gonna be drawing more kimonos in my lifetime, I mean, I don't see why not. I do have like a reference book though. It's like a collection of kimono in different poses. I remember I got that. It's somewhere in my closet, but... Okay, and then there's... slightly different layer, and then there's the frilled layer. Yeah, I'm so glad that, you know, Japanese Amazon delivers overseas. All the references I can get. It is expensive, but that's why I like have a put books and stuff in the cart and just leave it there and just order when I feel like there's enough to make it worth the shipping. Happy birthday. Yeah, kimonos are difficult, but you know, that's why you just draw it more times and you'll get used to it eventually. Speaking of random things, so have I told you guys that Mamanis and Papanis started watching Kimetsu no Yaiba? They actually started watching it, marathoning it actually. And Mamanis says that her favorite is Nezuko. They didn't know anything about it, and then that one time, like they just mentioned out of nowhere that like the final part is being released as movies. I'm just like, how do you know? and then they were like, yeah, and then I was like, if you are interested, you should try watching it because it's pretty interesting. I think it's a pretty good pick for like a new anime fan, you know? So they started watching it, and I think they're actually at the latest release season. Inasan, what's your favorite character? It's hard to choose, but I have to say Inosuke. It's still Inosuke. Inasuke. Yeah. Like my favorite quote of Inosuke is the "Gomen ne, yowakute." When he's lying on the hospital bed. "Gomen ne, yowakute." It's just a sad boar head in hospital. That was like the reaction image I would use a lot when I couldn't finish deadlines on time. I'd just be like, "Gomen ne, yowakute." 締め切り間に合わなかった。難しいな。It's okay. I'm sure future Ina will figure it out. Future Ina got this handled. This is our practice. Conversing in Japanese without anyone. Talk to myself. Okay, and then bow. We have a little bit of that sticking out too. What is they don't know I'm Ina in Japanese? I wonder. I'm just debating. Do I do it the serious route or do I do it the funny route? Do both. Do I mix both? Okay. They don't wakaru. I'm Ina. Oh wow, I think I understood that. 日本語上手。Okay. You know, I might just let future Ina, aka line art Ina, to put the details on the hand. Okay, I will at least make an attempt. But I know in the reference picture I had the hand hold like small plate looking thing, so I have to take a look at it later. And then also this. Future Ina's gonna suffer. What is art without any suffering? No pain, no gain. One tip I can give about drawing hands though, if you feel like something doesn't seem as convincing, add fingernails. Because let's say you draw like a finger, right? Like this. You're just like, man, it doesn't look as convincing. And then if you add fingernails, suddenly you're just like, oh, yobe, yobe. But you do have to understand how fingernails like look at different angles. Sometimes it's easier to draw like the rough fingernails before drawing the actual finger. Like this. Ooh, finger. Or ooh, finger. Or toe. I don't know what it is. It helps with the perspective quite a bit. So I feel like I could make this finger look a little more convincing. It's where you add in some fingernails. I think it's most helpful for like hands that are like reaching out. Well, here you wouldn't really see much of the fingernails, but if it's like reaching out and kind of pointing downwards, add that in. Kind of helps. Kind of helps. Let's see. I wanted her to kind of hold. Something like this. Realize that's the halfway point, so in the rough I need to move this over a little bit. Speaking of which, I went to grocery shop a bit today. I went to an Asian mart. They had some dried sweet potatoes there, and I was like, oh, should I buy some? I kind of miss eating dried sweet potatoes. But then a small bag was like $13. I was baffled. I was like, if I was in Japan right now, that would be like 400 yen max. Then small orange. Yeah. So I didn't get it. It was so expensive. I want the ribbon. Maybe I do. Maybe I'll make the ribbon in the shape of Ina's. Cool. Just as a little hint. Easter egg. maybe this can be taco. Orange taco. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Maybe I'll add a little interesting gap here as to the silhouette. Like that. Okay, and then to follow that, draw the arm here. That. Something like that. Thank you, future Ina. Okay. And then shouldn't forget the ribbons she has on her sleeves. Put one here. And then one here. Same on the other side. Put one here. So I can put one here. And then put one here. And then I could move the bun over slightly. Make it a little more circular. I mean, technically it should be like right here. Oh. Okay. And since we're drawing braids, we can draw a guideline first. And like so. We can have the bun go like that. Of course, there's some loose strands of hair coming out from the bun. Can't forget those. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, and there's details on the obi I wanna draw. There's like the pearl. The pearls I can do without line art, but just as a reference. And there's frills on the ribbon. I think there's another layer of frilled cloth here. I see. Okay, future I will handle it. But yeah, under the obi there's also a frill, round frill layer. Oh. Let me play around with side hair here. I want it to overlap. Is overlapping more interesting? I think overlapping is more interesting. Yes. Okay. And then, last but not least, I'll draw the accessories on a new layer, so I can adjust it later. This. Then kind of sticks out slightly. That. Kind of like that. It's kind of like slight dome if you look at it from the side. So gotta get the the feeling right. Okay, and then the kimono hair accessories on a different layer. Alright, let's see. Oh, so she also has braids on the side of her hair that I did not see. We'll just quickly add that in. Oops. Yeah, this is where you go in at the end. Okay, there's one big flower here. Then slightly smaller one here. And then... No, the bigger, smaller details I can do without line art. So... It does have one green one here. Can't forget that. Okay. So let me just temporarily remove that. It's like this, and then each of these have two. Like this. And like so. Just erase the overall shape. There's the circles here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then bigger petals on top of that. I always gotta count so I don't mistake the number of petals, the details. Okay, and then this one has a pearl here. Some other pearls and stuff I can add later, but that's it. And then we can use the ribbon. What flower do you like? Myconopsis. I mean, blue poppies are kind of nice. But I guess more common-ish ones. I like hydrangeas. Honestly, like a lot of blue-ish flowers, huh? I mean, I like the color blue a lot, so understandable. Okay, maybe I'll move this for now. And then worry about this first. Okay, stomach, we're almost there. This goes this way. And this goes this way. Okay. Whew. Nice. Maybe slight few details here. Oh. Ah, she has earrings on, although I don't think it's visible. Her ears are pretty covered. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? I think that's good. Oh, I totally forgot about the inner sleeve here. I think doing it like this here. It slightly shows here. As long as it doesn't create a weird tangent, I think that's fine. Okay. I'll actually select this part. Move this up a bit. If I get rid of the rough, there is the detailed rough. Ina, what happens when you finish the rough? Oh, you don't know? That's when the detailed rough begins. That's the fun part. Okay, upside down check. Good. Okay. Let's see. I think I do have to. Some like the very minor details in the end require me to come back to look at it later. But oh, no, I don't want to select that. Otherwise, I think it's good. Okay, let's quickly block in some colors and then we can call it a day. I wonder if this is good enough to work. Probably is. Aha! It's not perfect, but it's good enough for a rough color. I see what this is. Just do this for now. Okay. Just that. Maybe I'll do that. That. Okay. Alright. Base colors are set. Just gonna quickly block out the colors for now. Going to sleep. Good night. Okay, and then nice warm green. And her hair. I think rough colors is one of the fun parts. Well, not blocking in, but actually just playing around with what I kind of imagine the final colors to be. Yeah, that's why you layer the sketch in gray before coloring. Oh, it's basically like just an easy way to block out the area where I don't want to color outside of. So I can make a layer mask, or folder mask rather in this case. And no matter what I color, I don't color outside of the gray area that I blocked out. And if I use like a more different color than the background, for example, it just helps me see which part I did fill out already. It doesn't matter as much right now though, because just the rough blocking of colors. I don't have to care much about staying within the line and whatnot. Okay, and then I'll choose a slightly more darker orange for Taco. I'll use the same green as her eyes for the leaf part. And then... this. Blend some of the white parts. Should probably try. I don't think the green will be visible right now, so with that. And then the mochi. Mikan Taco. You guys can become anything. So you became Mikan. Okay, gotta make sure she has her nails. She has nice pink nails. I don't know if this is just fingernails or she's painted on. But I'll just make sure I add it so I don't forget. Okay, and then the inside is darker pink. Closer to red-ish. Why not use a fill tool? The lines... I mean, I could. I think the sketch is clean-ish enough that I can use it, but some parts are not, so it's just less headache, less time to, you know, get the details. Sometimes it saves time, sometimes it doesn't. It's just a way it works. Yeah, it's like a, I guess, kind of a thing you experience and figure out, like what time is best to use certain tools, or time efficient rather. Like if I use the fill tool on this rough, I would have to end up cleaning it up anyways. So it doesn't have to be exact right now because it's just roughly putting the colors in, so I can just save time by using a really big brush instead of trying to figure out if the area is enclosed enough that the fill tool will work. Oh, different layer for this. Yeah, because it's not like the enclose and fill tool is like perfect where it only fills in the area I want it to. It can be a little finicky, so... Lasso 2 helps, but it's not faster than just blocking it in with just a big pen at that point. Okay. I did that. Oh, it's also the same for the back bow. Obi. Okay, and then I will, since it's a pattern, okay, and then do that again. Okay. Add another white layer on top just for these details. This one. And pink. This one. What am I missing? Pink ribbon. White ribbon. White ribbon. Green ribbon. Green ribbon. Pink ribbon. Ah, forgot this part. Okay. Progress, good progress. Dark pink, light pink. Ribbon, dark pink. Ribbon. I feel like I should add the green one somewhere. Somewhere. I'll draw this on top of everything. The green adds a nice accent overall. Oh. Okay, I think the rough colors are done. I think I'll have to work on the kimono patterns during the coloring part. I like the really simple sleeve design though. Da, da, da. Very simple blobs. Just to get the feeling. And okay. Good? I think so? Yes. If I change background to white. Okay. Then maybe since it's kind of like that, we can add... You know. This is for afterwards, but... You can always add in like... designs afterwards. I'm sure we can work something out. But yes. I think we're good. I forgot to save. I forgot to save. This entire time. But nothing crashed. We're good. And so, hooray! This is finished rough. Woo! Otsu, everyone. No, it's pretty late, but yay! I kind of like how it's turning out. Can't wait to finish it. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming to watch the stream today. Hope you enjoyed the New Year Amico drawing stream. I might change something about the sleeve later, but that's future Ina's problem. And of course, don't forget Ina Figma and Art of Echo Sensei's Amico on sale. Don't forget. Yeah, thank you. It's pretty fun. I hope you guys look forward to the finished illustration sometime. TM. Yeah, that was fun. Ooh, I feel warmed up now. I gotta go work on homework. I'm ready to work on homework. Yay! Yeah, thank you. And of course, always thank you, AmiAmi, for choosing me as your ambassador. I'm always having fun with these monthly streams. Wonder what's coming up for February. Yeah, thank you. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the morning, afternoon, evening. Next stream is actually tomorrow. I have a collab with Cece. We gotta defeat chaos. So, I hope you guys look forward to that. Until then, take care. Thank you. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the morning, afternoon, evening. See you guys next time. Bye bye. Wah!